Hey guys, in today's video I am doing a mukbang. I ordered some Thai food and I figured I'm having a wild week and I definitely want to post something, so let's eat and catch up because I do have some loose ends I want to tie up, and I also have a Sephora order that I can unbox with you guys at the end. It's just like some of the leftovers from the Sephora VIP sale, so stay tuned for that at the end. But yeah, I got one of my favorite orders ever, which is drunken noodles, and I'm just realizing that actually I don't need this fork. I hate eating with plastic utensils and just on plastic in general. I prefer to eat with a plate and like a solid fork. I feel like I have not eaten if I use plastic things. So in any case, I'm not gonna put this in a plate. But here it is. I got drunken noodles with chicken. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I haven't had this in forever. But yeah, I had like such a crazy day. I didn't get to eat lunch. So this is like lunch / dinner right now. I'm so excited. Of course, my vice. I had to have soda. If I can, like, once I conquer that, I know I can conquer anything, honestly. Like, that's how real the addiction is. So, anyways, guys, like I said, it's been a wild day. Family drama. Which, like, you know, I don't want to, like, get into detail because I don't know who's watching this, but family drama in DR, and I was like working today. I had an extra long assignment, longer than usual. Oh my gosh, my phone is going off right now. That's a whole other issue that I'll get into later, but I'm going on do not disturb because seriously, I'm like over that situation, but I'll get into that later. But let's try this first, okay? First of all, I need a thumbnail. Well, we'll do the thumbnail after because I already got some food on my fork. But I'm so excited for this. I hope it's not too spicy because I realized I used Uber Eats and I noticed that on Uber Eats they didn't ask you how spicy you wanted it, but on Seamless they did. So hopefully it's not too spicy. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, let's try to get a thumbnail. Even though this doesn't really look that appetizing, but like, where should I hold it? Like this? Okay. That's enough. Hopefully there's something good in there because I don't have my glasses on, I don't have my contacts on, so I can't even see if I'm in focus or not. I hope I am, and I wish that was colder, but you know, I don't understand why when you order food they put your drink in the same hot ass bag as your food. Your drink isn't going to be cold by the time they get to your house. Like, doesn't make any sense to me, but you know, things I would do differently. It's not my business though. So anyways, guys, family drama in DR. And it's like the kind of thing where, you know, like I said, I was working on a long assignment and my mom is like on the phone, like dealing with it. And then she's like, oh, don't worry, like we're going to follow up. I'm going to get Cindy involved. I'm sitting in another room overhearing this and I'm like, no, we're not getting me involved. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to get involved. And, you know, there's just like certain type of drama that I don't want to be part of. I feel that at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. And you're pretty much just wasting your breath most of the time if your views don't align with theirs. The situation at hand, like the person had already made up their mind. And I knew I was speaking into a wall. And, you know, people just got to make their mistakes and learn the hard way, unfortunately. Even if it's a mistake that you've seen happen over and over again and you wonder why history repeats itself, it's because people don't learn. Like, why don't people learn to older people with wisdom that have been through the same thing? I mean, I've definitely made mistakes in my life. I am not perfect, so I already know how it goes. So it just gives me even more reason to not want to get involved with the situation. But, you know, whatever. You know, I couldn't say no. I had to get on the phone with this person. And it was just so frustrating because they're making such a stupid mistake. And you know that they're not going to listen to you. So hopefully something got through. Hopefully like what my mom said got through. Hopefully. And like honestly, it's just like so annoying. Like young people, I'm just glad I'm not in high school, because it's just like foolishness. Like you're not thinking. It's just a mess. People just don't think. They just want to do what they want to do. And sometimes like the best thing you can do is just let them fail and be there for them when, you know, that moment happens. But when you're dealing with such like young people that don't know anything and are so like arrogant and hard-headed, you just have to let them fall so that they can come back to reality. It is what it is. And for me, I have the type of personality, and I just took the Myers-Briggs personality test yesterday or 2 days ago, because my friend had hit me up asking me what my personality was, and I had not, you know, I had no idea because I took it like years ago. And I was like, well, it doesn't even matter because I know I'm not the same person I was back when I took it, which I did dig up the email from 2013. My inbox is a mess, guys. I have thousands and thousands of emails, so I still have that email from 2013. So I retook the test, and of course I was completely different. So my personality, I hope I got it right, is INTP, and if I didn't, I'll like put it in text. And when I was reading the description of people with this personality type, I was just like, this is so me to a T, especially when it comes to dealing with people. I'm just not the type of person that knows very well how to emotionally support someone. It's just like not, I don't know, I just didn't grow up that, I don't know how to like, if you're going through something, like I don't know what's the right way to support you. And it's not that I don't care about people, I just don't know what to do. Like I am not that person that is like on the phone with you every single day. That is just not me. And like for the longest I thought, oh, that there was like something wrong with me, but no, there are like tons of people just like me out in the world where we'll show up for people in other ways. But I'm not someone that's like constantly reaching out. So if you are a needy person, if you need a lot of attention, you're not like, we're not gonna get on. Like you're gonna think I hate you, but that's not true. It's just like not in me. And I can like, when it comes to my friends, like I can think about them every day and like wonder what they're doing, and I'll see them online on social media and everything, but I am not the person to like pick up the phone and call you all the time. Like it's really like on the other person, which I know for some people is like not fair, but I'm just like a loner. I'm an introvert, I'm a loner, and human interaction to a certain extent is exhausting. So I'm a complicated person, so to like be thrown into a situation like this where I have to like try to talk sense into someone is so hard, because I don't know what to say, and I already know what the outcome is going to be anyways. It is what it is. These noodles are so good though. And then so I'm dealing with that this morning. And then on the other hand, my friend, one of my best friends ever, I love her so much, she's getting married. I'm getting married a few days from now. And I'm a bridesmaid. My friend's Nigerian. So we have like, you know, I guess a regular bridesmaid's dress that we're wearing to the ceremony. But then we also had to get traditional Nigerian clothes made for the reception. So, you know, all good. I was in another Nigerian wedding a couple years ago from my other really close friends. And we had gone to the seamstress to make our dress, and it was like a total like hot mess, totally unprofessional. So I don't have a knife. Totally unprofessional. And I was like, oh my god, never again. Fast forward, my friend, she's getting married, and so now I need to get another outfit made. And she was like, oh, let's go to that lady. And I was already so turned off. Like, I did not want to deal with her again. It was like another friend of mine who was also in the wedding, who like did all the heavy lifting, tracked her down because you couldn't get her on the phone, tracked her down, and was able to get the dress for me. She like picked it up. I didn't even get to try it on or anything. It was like that last minute. And I was working a lot at the time. I was in the city and this lady was in Brooklyn. Okay, so I ended up going with her again because she's in Brooklyn, and my friends who had other people were like super far because everything is super far. It's like the worst not driving, because I find that like all my friends now, they're moving away from Brooklyn, and everything is like in Queens or in Long Island, and weddings and everything, they're never local. And when you don't drive, it's a nightmare, which is going to be like a whole fiasco this weekend because I cannot drive to Long Island, which is where the wedding is happening, and I'm going to have to take the Uber. But luckily I have a friend that's going to like split the Uber with me, unless we like get a ride before that. So anyway, long story short, I was like fine, because my friend was the one that was like going to go with all of us, and her mom has a really close relationship with the lady. So you figured, you know, like everything's gonna be all good because like she's there to like vouch for us and like put the pressure on. Gave her a fake date for the wedding and everything. Dresses were not ready on time. My friend's mom, who is like, you know, has a relationship with the woman, definitely like went to her, like they talked. They had, you know, the lady was giving me different dates every time I called her, but then when the mom went to see her, you know, she gave a new date that was like a week after than the original date that we had agreed on. I gotta keep eating. She gave her like a totally different date. Okay, fine. So today I get a text from one of my friends, because I had let it go at that point, because they said, oh, you can start, you know, the dresses will be ready on Thursday. Here's the number, call her. Today is Thursday. And so when my friend texted me, I had not called yet. And she's like checking in on me like, yo, did you hear from the lady? I'm like, no, I haven't called her today. It's like, well, I tried calling her, she didn't answer. I was like, alrighty, here we go. Alright, fine. I finished my assignment. I call her. She doesn't answer me. I'm already getting heated. A wedding is 3 days from now. So I'm like, alright, this is what I'm talking about. Lady calls me back, right? Freaking miracle. Calls me back. I'm like, hey, it's Cindy. I'm so-and-so's friend. Like, I am calling to see if I can pick up the dress today. You know, what's the tea? And she was like, I don't know. But she didn't say I don't know. She was like, oh no, tomorrow, she said. In my head, I'm like, what do you mean tomorrow? It was supposed to be ready today. I was like, oh, tomorrow. So I was like, okay, what time can I come? And she was like, oh, 6 o'clock. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. And I honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna call. I think I'm just gonna show up. It's like, okay, I'm gonna call tomorrow and figure this, you know, to confirm. All right, boom. Text my friend, hey, this is what happened. She told me tomorrow at 6. At the, you know, this was hours later, and at that point my friend still had not heard back from her. Fine. Friend calls her back again, and so they agree that also she will be picking up her stuff tomorrow. And it is just so ridiculous because, you know, like I said, my friend had given her a fake wedding day so that it would be ready on time, because we already know how she is. And even so, she still wasn't done on time because she supposedly found out the real date. And now I'm worried because the wedding's Sunday and she wants us to go on Friday. What if she ghosts on us on Saturday you know, she's thinking it's Sunday, so she's probably like, oh, I have until Saturday. Like, you don't have until Saturday, because actually on Saturday we're all going to a hotel because we're gonna be like staying there overnight so that we can all be up at the crack of dawn to start getting ready so that we can get on with the like full, you know, agenda of events for that day. So I had to like, this is when my phone was going off, because I had to like bring in reinforcements. And so because the bride, you know, obviously she is so overwhelmed at this point, because the day is like right there with probably all these things that she has to do, that I was like, I cannot, you know, keep reaching out to her over this. So, you know, I reached out to her sisters who are like now handling the situation, because I was like, can you guys please like get your mom involved, because this is, you know, outrageous, and like this is like a thing that we need for the wedding. I mean, otherwise I'm just gonna be like sitting there in the sidelines for the reception. So yeah, I can't deal with people like that. I don't like back and forth. Like, tell me when something's gonna be ready and you won't hear from me. Trust, I'm not gonna bother you until the day that I need to go pick it up. But now I have to keep calling you. Anyways, that was that. Ooh. Other thing I wanted to talk about was my last video. Not my last video. 2 videos ago. Or 3 videos ago. Anyway, I did a video celebrating my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. It was like talking about my whole journey. It was super long. So if you watched it, like seriously, thank you so much. I got such amazing feedback on that. It felt so good. And it felt good to just like say everything that, you know, or most things, because obviously there was no way I could cover every little detail. But saying like, you know, most things that I went through, things that came to my mind while I was doing that, because I had actually filmed it once or twice before I tried filming it. And the one that I was gonna put up, I had like uploaded it and everything, but I ended up changing my mind because I went into certain specifics and I just didn't want to get sued. Like, I didn't want to get in trouble. I felt like I could have gotten in trouble over some of the things that I said, and I wasn't sure, and like I don't even want to deal with a situation like that. So I did not go into it. I ended up like refilming the whole thing. And I felt like my energy was like crazy in that video. And it was so funny because I ended up touching on a lot of the things that ended up blowing up right around that time, with that whole huge scandal with the photo. I don't know if you guys know about this, but this like photo that Gabrielle Zamora posted, who's a YouTuber with Manny MUA, Laura Lee, and Nikita Dragon. And it just like has spiraled out of control into this whole drama with the beauty community and like what's gonna happen to it and all that. And I had like touched on some of those things in my video, and there have been like reactions to different things that are going on, especially with like the makeup geek thing, because she ended up putting up a video about her experience as a brand and dealing with influencers and how much they're charging her and she can't afford it and all that. And I had like touched on so many things in that video, so I kind of wish that I had like posted it, but I deleted it. But anyway, I wanted to answer some of the questions that I got, because the video was too long. I didn't want to include it. It was already long enough. I'm sure people didn't watch until the end anyway. Yeah, see? More people are talking about how the lady did not even answer them. Okay. So let me go into my Instagram, because I had asked on Instagram story like weeks ago when I originally planned to do the video. So I had to like put it in my highlights so that I could see. I don't know, can I still see? Hold on, maybe if I put, yes, perfect. Okay, so I got the questions up so I can like eat and answer questions while I do this, which this is like so much food. I don't think I'm gonna eat all of this in one sitting. Shamdoll21 asked, what made you take a break from YouTube / will you ever do vlogs? BTW, love your channel. I took a break from YouTube. I went into it in my video. If you guys want to watch it, I'll link it down below. Yeah, I was just like really overwhelmed with so much from like work, personal, my personal life, not feeling good enough, comparing myself to other people, feeling like I didn't have a support system when I was struggling. So much. There was like one thing I didn't mention, like one of the things that I was like, oh, maybe this is why I'm not doing well, was my original channel name, which was Dr. Brooklyn 730. And it was so funny, you guys, because people actually thought that I was a doctor, and they would ask me that question sometimes. First of all, I was a baby, and second of all, that just stands for Dominican Republic, which is where my family is from. And the way that I came up with that name, it was before I even thought of like starting a YouTube channel. Basically, when I had AOL, I had the most generic name ever, and I thought it was so boring because all of my friends, they had like cool screen names, and I had such a boring one because I didn't set up my AOL. It was somebody else who set it up for me. So it was like my dad and a family friend. So of course they're not gonna give me something cool. So obviously that name has zero to do with makeup, Dr. Brooklyn 730. And so I was like, well, maybe that's why I'm not coming up in search. Like, this is like ruining my life. And so I like decided one day that I'm gonna rebrand, because YouTube did this thing where you could change your channel name, where for the longest you could not do it, but it was like this one-time deal that you could change, like a vanity URL, right? So you could still look me up with the old name, but now you have an opportunity to rebrand. So I ended up going with my name, which is perfect, and like almost everybody ended up going in that direction at one point or another. And then on my other social media, I brainstormed forever until I came up with Vinyl Blush, because at that time I really thought that I was gonna like branch out and do more than beauty. I still do, but that was my like thinking. So like, what are the things that I love? So like, I really love music, obviously I really love makeup, and I still wanted makeup to be part of my brand. So I came up with Vinyl Blush. I like literally wrote out like so many keywords until I came up with like a combination that didn't exist out there, because that was a whole other thing. Like at one point I thought I was gonna like do YouTube and blog. So I had this blog called Musings of a City Girl, and I thought that name was so fly, like, oh my god, I am so unique, this is so epic. But guess what? There was already a blog out there, which is still around, and it's has a lot of authority in the blogging world, which is Musings of a Muse. So I had no idea that blog existed when I came up with that name. So I was like, oh, like she's already, like, even at that time she was like huge in the blogging world. So it just, to me, I was like over it that I freaking had that name, because now I'm like, I can't use it, it's too similar to hers. But so yeah, Vinyl Blush, nobody had anything like that when I came up with this name, so it was like perfect. So I ended up using that on my social, so on my Instagram and my Twitter. I still love it. And then vlogs, I do have vlogs on my channel, they just don't do as well. I have a bunch of vlog footage because last year I traveled everywhere. I have a list of vlogs that I could cut right now. I went to Cuba, I went to Spain, I went to Thailand. I don't know if I went to DR last year. I don't think I did, but I went this year. So I have so much footage. I need to get on it. So yeah, I would love to do vlogs. They just, people don't watch as much, but at the same time I still want to put them up. So I'm kind of figuring out what I want to do, because I have other things on my list that are more of a priority for me to film. But absolutely, I feel like you need to get your channel up to a certain point, and you need to put out enough content and get enough engagement where that's when you can start posting vlogs that people will care about. And so for me to invest the time, like, I really want you guys to love it. So I don't know if right now is a good time to post them, but I definitely have enough vlog material. I would love to vlog. Like, I pick up the camera all the time to do it. But now that I'm like re-strategizing, I'm like recognizing that vlogs aren't really the way to go if you're starting out. Again, which I feel like I'm starting all over again. But yeah, I've picked up, I can't tell you how many times, like my cell phone and everything to vlog, and it's a mess. Because I always like forget to keep vlogging, and I don't set, like, you gotta like really plan a vlog. Like, you really gotta frame things and everything. So yeah, I would love to for sure in the future. Someone asked, what do you plan on doing to increase your subscribers? Number one thing is start posting more. So that's why it was like really important for me to film this week, so I can edit this tonight and have it up for you guys this weekend. So I already know that like what days so far is like really good for me to upload. So that's another thing. You have to like figure out what's the best time for you. Figuring out what type of content to make that you guys really care about and that other people really care about and are searching for. So that's a major key right there for me. So those two things is what I need to start doing to increase my subscriber. That was from Mel B11_B11. Why do you want to, she also asked another questions. Why do you want to do YouTube? What are your future YouTube goals? I want to do YouTube because it's a creative outlet for me. I would love to like build something. I don't even know what it is. I always say that. But really a creative outlet to connect with like-minded people and like help inspire you guys, empower each other through like beauty and fashion and just conversations and growing and really living our best lives. Like, that's really what it is, like teaching each other new things and growing and just talking about makeup and what we love, and other things obviously, which is like what I want to like, I want to diversify what I'm giving you guys. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to feel like you learned something or learned a cool trick or something like that, or had a good time, that you were entertained. Okay. So, Kaylee Elise, maybe, she asked, why do you stop uploading as often? You're the reason I started subscribing to the Beauty Blog Network on YouTube. That was so amazing. I can't tell you, like, multiple people said things like that to me. Because I was like, guys, like OG, like 10 years ago when there were like only a couple of people doing this, a few people doing this. So that's always amazing to hear. And you know, guys, I already covered why I stopped uploading as often. And if you really want to get into like the nitty gritty, you can watch my previous video. Okay, and then someone asked, how has your journey, this is XO Tylu, which I know in real life. Hey girl. She asked, how has your journey been thus far? Good and bad. Any tips on starting? So far, I feel like my journey has been okay. I've been through a lot, and I don't know if I touched on it in my last video, but I definitely experienced a lot of harassment, like crazy harassment that I didn't know how to handle and didn't have support on how to handle. That was not a good part of YouTube. Feeling like there's no human that you can talk to on YouTube is like made it even worse. Any tips on starting? Again, no matter what topic you want to start a channel on, we can take beauty as an example. You need to find out what people are searching for in that vertical. So you can use Google Trends, whatever tools there are out there, to figure out what are people searching for when it comes to that topic you want to cover. And that's going to tell you what type of videos you need to make. So you need to answer those questions that people are asking in those queries, like what they're asking about, so you can make videos that answer those questions and that you can rank higher and that people will see your video when you start posting. You also need to structure your video in a way that is going to make people watch as many minutes as possible. Like a video like this, it's hard for people to watch from A to Z. I'm doing this because I want to do it. But I know that people aren't going to watch an hour-long video for the most part. They don't want to. And they're not really searching for certain kind of things. So you need to make what people are searching for. You need to hook them and lay out your video in a way, like really plan it out, that will make people watch until the end. Whether it's like teasing something in the beginning, you need a strategy to get people to watch. And you need a really good thumbnail. And you need a good title. A title that makes sense with what people are searching. So use those keywords that people are searching in your video title and in the blurb you're writing in your video description. So it's, you know, you need that SEO hat on where you are making your headline, your video title SEO friendly, making sure you have really good keywords and everything in your description. That is what YouTube uses to determine how the algorithm is going to rank your video. So how many minutes people are watching is what they really use, and how you describe your video. So the title and the description, the tags don't matter. And I'm gonna link to a YouTube creator channel. It's like run by people at YouTube, and they're giving amazing tips on there. And I recently found it. I'm gonna link it down below. And they're like really busting a lot of the myths that are out there. Did I say myths correctly? They're really busting a lot of myths that are out there about YouTube and what you should be prioritizing and deprioritizing. Like one of the videos that I watched, they talked about tags, and they said that tags only help if for misspellings. So if you're covering a topic where like the major keywords are often misspelled, use the tags to put in the different ways this thing could be spelled. So that's where that's helpful. But otherwise, the way people are going to find your video is with your video title, your description. What's going to make them click especially is the thumbnail. So they're going to find your video, but other people are probably covering the same thing. What's going to make them click on yours versus somebody else? A really good thumbnail. And then once you get them, okay, once you win that battle and they're in your video, you need to get them to watch from beginning to as close to the end as possible. And that is what's gonna make people come to your channel and, like, you know, keep watching those videos. So in the beginning, that's how you're gonna start. So it really takes a lot of like brainstorming, planning. Like you gotta put in the work to do this. So yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the questions that I think of in my head is like, is it worth even starting a YouTube channel in 2018? I think it is. Like, Google owns YouTube. I don't think they're shutting it down anytime soon. And like I said, everything ebbs and flows in terms of interest. Right now, I think they're in a bit of a downturn, and people are looking for new and fresh faces and things. So, you know, I would say go for it. Like, you never know. But as I've mentioned in my other YouTube video, make sure you're present on other social media platforms, because you never know what could happen and you could freaking take off on another platform. So don't put all your eggs in one basket, for sure. Okay, and then this question I thought was hilarious. It's from Blue Vase 500, and they asked, do you ever want to leave Brooklyn? Which I thought was hilarious because I told you guys the story of my original YouTube name. And absolutely, I would leave Brooklyn. I don't feel compelled to. I love it here. If I were ever to move, like where it's not like New York City, if I were to move somewhere else, I have two places, and it would either be LA or Miami. But both of those places are in precarious situations. First of all, I'm like terrified of like earthquakes in LA and like, you know, finally moving there and then the big one happens. I hate putting that out there, but let's be, you know, I'm just keeping it real, knock on wood. So yeah, the big one happens, then I'm screwed. And then in Miami, I read this article the other day where their drinking water, like their whole water system is like a ticking time bomb because of global warming and the rising water levels. Like the way whatever, I should find the article, but there's no way I'm gonna find it because it was probably on Twitter that I saw it. But just like their water system is in the water, but if the water levels rise, it's like gonna flood the whole thing and it's ruined. It's gonna be a disaster if they don't take care of that, and it doesn't seem like they can right now. So, you know, there's this like whole thing like, oh, Miami's gonna be underwater. It might be. The only thing is, I don't know what I would do for work there. Like if I was doing YouTube, like, oh yeah, I could live anywhere. But I definitely need to learn to drive if I want to go to any of those places. I don't want to Uber everywhere. Even though I know some people like straight up got rid of their cars and do Uber everywhere in LA. It's like more cost effective somehow for some people. Beats me. And then someone else, Dios 1588 also said like, I was the first YouTuber they ever watched, which is amazing. And that's when their love of makeup started, which is like, oh my god, like the greatest thing ever. And I know there was another person who asked me a bunch of questions, but it was like in my DMs. How can I find it? I don't know how I can find it because I've had so many DMs. I could not find that DM where I got asked a bunch of YouTube questions, but if you are watching this video, please leave those questions in the comments or tell me what your IG name is, because I expected to answer it right away in the video, and then the video ended up being like really long, so I didn't get to the questions. So it's been a few weeks, and I've, like I said, I have a lot of DMs, so please resurface those questions for me. I would love to answer them for you. And then, oh my gosh, I have so much to cover. Last thing real quick, Sprint update. So I updated the description box of that video that I did a little while ago on this like Sprint saga that I went on trying to get my money back because of some auto pay business where they took out all this money from a miscommunication where they messed up and then they didn't want to pay me, and so I had to get extra and make a YouTube video about it. Long story short, guys, I did get my money back, okay? So we're all good on that. So if you were still wondering about it and you didn't check the description box of that video, everything's all good. And if you're a Sprint customer, definitely go and watch that because that was so ridiculous what I went through with them. But now it's time to unbox this Sephora package. Should this also be part of the thumbnail? That's awful. Definitely not using that. Where's my sister? My sister has like brought all of the scissors into this room. Just a mess. Okay, this is new. This is the Beautyblender Power Pocket Puff, and it is a tear-shaped powder puff that is going to be potentially great for baking. So instead of using my Beauty Blender, I can use this, and you can wash it. So it's a great powder puff for that. It has a really good shape for getting right up alongside the nose. So I'm really excited to try it. Just something new and fun. So I picked up that. Like, you could totally use your regular Beauty Blender, but I was like, let me try it. I got a sample of the Lancome Monsieur Big Volume Mascara. I've seen a couple of YouTubers talk about it, and oftentimes like the mini versions of mascaras, if they keep the same wand, are even better than the full size. So I've been like getting mascara samples whenever I can. I got the Marc Jacobs one, which is really good, and I got the Tarte's like camera lashes. You guys know the popular Tarte one. I have it in my stash. Okay, this is so unexpected. I specifically got it for one look, and it is the incredible, the same nail polish people, You Glow Girl Iridescent Jelly in Flocking Fabulous. And the reason why I got this is because there is this makeup artist I follow on Instagram. Her name is Nikki Makeup. I'll link to it down below. Hopefully I don't forget. And she did the most incredible eye look on this model, where it was like either bronzy or cranberry-ish tones. So she like did this eye, and then she went over it with this gel, and it created the most like out of this world dimension. And even though the model has darker skin, I hope that I can get a similar effect on me, because it was like beautiful. And she has a mini tutorial for it in her Insta stories. Like, she saved it in her highlights, so I will be using that. Then it was like so unexpected. I was literally perusing all of the new in at Sephora, and this is the Fresh Sugar Lip Wonder Drops, and this is a retexturizing and smoothing lip gel situation. So I don't really have the best luck with lip scrubs. I feel like they don't really take off the dead skin for me. Like, they're helpful in if I had a liquid lipstick on that is hard to take off. I have the Glam Glow one, so I use that scrub to like really help get it off. But this is potentially a chemical exfoliant, and that's really gonna melt the dead skin off. So I am really excited to try this, guys. If you have dry flaky lips, you need this, especially if you love a liquid lip. This is gonna be great for prepping that. Yeah, so you just put this, you can use this every day, and you can use it under your favorite lip color. So I'm hoping that I get that. Yeah, it's a leave-on treatment that retexturizes, softens, and smooths dry, flaky lips in seconds. All right, a lot to live up to. Last but not least, oh my gosh, this is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. I'm pretty excited about this. It's by Mount Lai, and this is a gua sha. I'm probably butchering that. Rose quartz stone. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Oh, and it feels cool to the touch. And you use this, like, I need to put on like a face oil or something to get that slip on my skin, and you just like iron everything out. Use it to like tighten up this jawline area, you know, get those cheekbones a little more popping, and just encourage lymphatic drainage on your face. I need one of those like rollers. I don't have one yet, but I definitely got this. This is I don't remember if this is Korean or another Asian country, but it's one of those like ancient practices that will really like drain the excess fluid, inflammation, just get your blood flowing so that when you apply products, they like sink in even more. So this is like a fun addition for, you know, that self-care Saturday, Sunday, any day of the week. I can't wait to use it. I might use it tonight. I'm not wearing anything. I didn't even talk about it in the video. I didn't put anything on. I put on a brow, a little bit of that new Glossier mascara, and a little NARS concealer. And I hope it looks good, guys, because I cannot see anything in that screen because I am nearsighted and I don't have anything on to help me. Anyways, I've talked your ear off. If you're still watching right now, like, man, I think I really love you. Like, you really love me and I really love you for it, because that's incredible. I'm about to clean up and go watch, let's see, what time is it? 8 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna go watch some Love Island, which UK YouTubers, you know, they perked up my ear about it, and it's all on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, there are like, it feels like hundreds of episodes, because I'm on season 1 and it's over 50 episodes. It's incredible. Like, I don't watch The Bachelor or any dating show like that, but they are so good. It's like such a good lesson in how to package things, because they're cliffhangers. You could like stay up all night for days binge watching it, because they just know how to hook you for the next episode. Guys, you need to watch it. It's not like any show I've ever seen, and I haven't watched The Bachelor or Bachelor in Paradise, so maybe those do have some similarities, but oh, it's such a good dating show, and they're so freaking sneaky, and it's like, it's so good. Like, they know how to keep your interest. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna go do that, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.